Mm-hmm.
I am your host, Joe.
And I am your co-host, Ashley.
And today we want to talk about the rivers and lakes mysteriously disappearing, which have been increasing around the world lately. I've reported 2 of them so far, one in Brazil, and I forget where the other one was. But we've got several more to talk about. And I asked my co-host, Ashley, what she thought about this. What could possibly be causing the lakes and the rivers to just dry up overnight? And what were your first thoughts on that?
I actually thought it was an elephant jumping in the water, then all the water was gone. But then I understand that it wasn't true.
Because the elephant couldn't jump in water and make it all go away?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to look at some of the pictures as we have here. The Otayak River, which disappeared overnight, drained by a giant 30-meter by 20-meter fissure in the riverbed. The large sinkhole cut the water supply to more than 10,000 families for a few days. Not sure what this exactly was here. We're going to skip over that one. But this one, we have this giant hole drained out a pond and devoured up to 25 tons of fish all of a sudden in China. This was at the end of March 2016. We take a closer look in May 2016. Lake Riesco in Chilean Patagonia. This is the one I covered the other day. Dried out within 2 to 3 days completely, transforming this place into a rock and sand landscape. People are still waiting for an official answer to the mystery, but I am pretty sure the government does not have an answer. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. Only during last week, parts of the popular Ugan River in Nigeria, from June 17th, by the way, and a Lake Peshira, June 19th, disappeared overnight, drained out by deep holes in the ground. Moreover, most of Lake Alligator in Florida, this is actually news to me, vanished through giant holes on June 9th, 2016. And what about Kalamba Lake in Kolhapur, which has almost dried up completely for the first time in its 135-year-old existence? And this is the one that I was telling you about the other day, where people just started walking out there, the day before there was water. The next day they're walking out there in green stuff. And then we have Lake, what is that word, Ashley?
Poopa.
Poopa? Or Poopo?
Poopo? I don't know.
I thought you might say poo-poo, but Lake Poopo, the second largest lake in Bolivia, which has almost completely disappeared, leaving behind dead fish everywhere. It should also be it should also be notified, interesting way to put that word, that Lake Waiua, Hawaii's only alpine lake, is also mysteriously disappearing. Is it really the extreme El Nino 2015 responsible for all these sinkholes and dying lakes and rivers, or something else playing a role? And since we know it's not the elephants, that means only one thing. The Webbot report that said this would happen is the one that called it. And it said it was going to be the sinkholes and the expanding earth through cracks in the earth would be swallowing these water sources. So I think we know what is causing it. Sinkholes, cracks in the earth. Do we need to ask the Magic 8 Ball if that's true?
Yes, but I wonder if it says no.
And then we got to do some more research.
Magic 8 Ball, is it true that
That the sinkholes are causing the water to disappear?
Most likely.
And there you have it. Team Ashley and Joe have figured it out. It is the sinkholes. Take care.